In only 10 minutes, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know to get a Rebel Village to level 10. If you're not playing the new LEGO Fortnite Star Wars update, you're missing out on a lot of fun. When you first jump into any of your worlds, your villagers will be freaking out about the sky cracking open, and then you'll see the ship rift in and crash. This update has added a lot of content, with stormtroopers and other enemies to fight, lightsabers and other Star Wars weapons, plus new materials and a new Star Wars island that's added just outside your current world map. It's scheduled to last 80 days, and then you won't be able to spawn them into any new worlds, but the weapons and materials you find along the way will be yours to keep. There's a new village type, and it's the Rebel Village, but there's a catch. You can't place a Rebel Village marker, so the only Rebel Village you'll find is on the new Star Wars island. You can upgrade it to level 10 and earn a lot of Star Wars themed buildings and decorations along the way. But once you're done, you can't start another Rebel Village, at least not without starting a new world before the event ends. After the ship crash event, you should be able to find Captain Bravara nearby, and she'll hand you the Microbinoculars. Some players don't find her and forget to talk to everyone, but you can also craft the Microbinoculars on the Rebel workbench. Check out my video about Plastoid and Durasteel for more on that. Use the Microbinoculars and look for the blue Rebel logo to find the cave that takes you to the Rebel Village. If you take the cave from the current village to the Rebel Village, I recommend stocking up a few essentials before entering, like some pizzas and a few extra swords and pickaxes. You should also grab your good charms. You can always come back for items through the cave though. The cave is marked with technology around it, as my viewer Jack called it. That description just fits too well. You can also get there by going across your map and finding the Star Wars island, but the cave is much faster. I used my jetpack and flew toward the large smoke plume that is the site of the crash. It's a long journey. Seriously, just take the cave. You can come back later and do the flight, but the island is a fraction of your world size, so getting around without a jetpack isn't so bad. The crash site is definitely cool to check out, and visiting it is also one of your quests to gain some studs. I seriously love this game. Anyways, you don't need to visit it yet, and you should be ready for frost temperatures before going there. It's easy to spot the large cloud of smoke from most areas, and you can just follow that to find it. You can find some chests there, and break up pieces of the ship for Plastoid and Durasteel, but just know that the crashed wreckage won't come back, at least in this world. You can use the Microbinoculars to spot the Rebel Village. It's the blue shield icon. The blue circle icon is the other end of that cave entrance with the technology around it. There are a few crashed ships around the village, which we will hopefully see build sets of soon so we can make our own. Go to the village marker and you can see your first task to upgrade to level 2. You need to clear out an area and build shelter, which will be selected for you to build, and also build a bed for Captain Bravara. It feels so wrong to pickaxe that ship, even if it is crashed into pieces. But clear it, plus the trees and granite, then build the Rebel Farm, which is now on your permanent build menu. Yay, free stuff. You also need to collect 5 pumpkins because everybody loves pumpkins. You might also want to make yourself a bed and sleep in it so that this is your new spawn point. I recommend that you do not build your own buildings here. The village upgrade requirements will assign you specific builds to build as you go. Once they are completed, you can modify them or break them down and build something else in that spot. If you build anywhere, you may have to clear that spot for one of the other village upgrades to build the required building in that spot. If you ever need village points for an upgrade, just add workstations, beds, chests, decorations, any of that stuff to get to those points. My favorite is the new laser fencing. Grab those pumpkins and go to the village marker to upgrade the village. The upgrade to level 3 requires you to build a crafting bench along with 3 short swords. The cheapest swords you can make from wooden rods will do the trick. There's plenty of wood and granite around the village. You'll also have a few droids join and they'll need beds. Then you're ready to upgrade to level 3. For the level 4 upgrade, you need to clear an area and build the Rebel stables so a Wookiee named Grolf can join the village. You also need to craft an animal barn. Fairly easy, and then you can upgrade to level 4. To reach level 5, you'll need to defeat 10 stormtroopers, which you'll find at enemy camps or inside the caves that have become bunkers. Make Grolf a bed and go hunting for those bucket heads. Technically, you can't enter the bunkers without a pass. For now, it's easiest just to find them in the wild and save the bunkers for after level 5. You'll also need 20 Plastoid in your inventory. When you're attacking a village or bunker, do not take out the Imperial officer, like I'm doing here, until after he finishes alerting the others. He's trying to help you by calling more stormtroopers, which will also help you collect more Plastoid that they often drop. I guess I let my rage get the best of me. Also, as a little foreshadowing tip, you may want to store 3 of the DL44s that you find. You can use them, but make sure you don't completely empty them because they'll disappear. As long as there's something left in them, they'll work for a later upgrade. Upgrade to level 5. I talked to Captain Bavara and she gave me 6 pieces of scrap Durasteel. She's such a giver. For the next upgrade, you need to clear a marked site, build a rebel workshop in that spot, and also build a rebel workstation, which fits into the workshop well. Finish that up and upgrade to level 6. The next time you talk to Captain Bavara, she'll finally gift you the one thing you're probably playing this update for, the lightsaber. Which color you get seems to be random here. I got the blue. I like to make the other villagers jealous by showing it off. You may get the red or green instead. Either way, they all function the same and cause the same amount of damage. It's not much compared to an epic sword with triple damage essence that we always roll with, but it's a lot more fun to use and it doesn't wear out like a sword. The power will drain on it, but when it hits 0, you just need to let it recharge for 10 minutes and you can use it again, over and over. The upgrade to level 7 requires 3 DL44s. They can be nearly dead ones, so hopefully you stored a few that you found along the way. Either way, you should head to your first bunker to check them out after clearing as much of your inventory as possible. LEGO did such a nice job on these bunkers, just like the old caves, but so much better. You can pick a bunker in any biome depending on what you're prepared for, but hopefully you have your inner fire and cool-headed charms handy. The bunkers are like a long tunnel with multiple chambers. You can also find the usual materials that you'll find in caves, depending on the biome. And the Dry Valley and Frost biome bunkers have a lot of chests you should break up for copper and silver bars, plus break up the decorations for Plastoid and Durasteel. Each chamber has a red door that will open once you defeat all the guards. It's a mob of guards, and the Imperial officer will call more if you give him the chance. Just move slowly, and try to take out every guard around you before advancing so you don't get surrounded as often. Once you get into a central area of a chamber, I find it often better to get inside a building to avoid sniper fire from above. And then enemies can usually only hit you one at a time in the narrow hallways. If I see my heart start to drop, I run back the way I came that is clear, and eat a pizza, or whatever you have to fill back up. In the last chamber of Frost and Dry Valley bunkers, you'll also face off against an AWR Trooper, and it's best to take him out quickly because he has a bowcaster and it hurts. I like to attack with the flurry, but you may also be better off running back a bit where you've cleared enemies and wait for them to come at you in smaller numbers. Also, a shield can deflect their shots better than a pizza, but I still prefer having my pizza ready to go. In the Frost bunkers, you can ice skate around the lower areas, and there are blowholes in them and the Dry Valley bunkers. Sometimes you'll clear all the enemies and the red door won't open, and you can still see enemies are nearby if you have your visual audio on. They seem to get stuck in the walls. You can use the bed trick to get through the red wall at any time by nudging a bed through the red wall and then sleeping in it to get through it. But I've found if you just keep circling the chamber, eventually the enemies either pop out of the walls or just disappear and the doors open. In the last chamber you'll find a glowing red chest, and inside you should find a lightsaber of a random color. There are also several chests around this room, and if you're in the Frost bunker, that's a lot of iron bars. 3 hits with a triple damage epic pickaxe will break them open, or 50 with your amazing powerful lightsaber. Somebody get Luke Skywalker an epic pickaxe so he can save the universe even faster. You should be able to upgrade to level 7 now with 3 DL44s in your inventory. If not, just do some village upgrades like workstations, beds, chests, or decorations to add some points. For level 8, you need to clear a marked site and build a rebel lookout, plus defeat 3 Imperial officers. You can run through some bunkers to find them, or search for camps around your island. The level 9 upgrade requires you to search 5 Empire containers. You can find them scattered in the wild, usually guarded by a few easy stormtroopers, or in the abandoned buildings that are guarded. The red chest at the end of each bunker also seems to count towards your total. Throw 5 pieces of Durasteel in your inventory and do some village upgrades until you have enough points for the level 9 upgrade. Your last village upgrade to level 10 requires you to clear another spot in the village and build a rebel command center, and also set up a cantina stage. This is a large build with 31 steps and lots of wood and plastoid. When complete, you can set up the cantina stage anywhere in the village. The cantina stage is in the furniture section under recreation and requires 8 plastoid. I needed a few more village points, so I set up a few extra stages around the village square so everyone could perform with Kaleem. Just watch out because he's super shy, but he also likes to upstage people. Level 10, we did it. I was able to get through this in about 4.5 hours while grabbing extra footage for this video, but I already had a good set of charms and weapons ready to go, so take your time and enjoy the journey. Once you've reached level 10, you can do whatever you want with this village. You're stuck with the villagers and their jobs because they can't be removed from the village and you can't change their jobs. Kinda weird, but you can change any of the buildings or modify them in any way you'd like. You can also just start another village in any of the biomes on the island and build whatever you like there to level up in the normal ways. Plus invite whatever villagers show up and assign them to jobs you want them to do. I hope you found this video useful, learned a few things, and had a lot of fun along the way like I do. Please hit the like and subscribe button so I can keep making these fun LEGO Fortnite videos, and so you don't miss out on any of them. Thank you!